It was 6 a.m., the coffee still hot in my mug, when I stepped outside and stared at the empty spot where my Jeep should have been. Gone, like a ghost in the night. But this wasn't some random thief hunting parts. This was calculated, suburban sabotage. My security camera footage showed it all. Victoria Langford, the HOA president, at 2 a.m., waving a tow truck in like she was directing traffic at a parade. Her sharp red nails pointed accusingly at my ride, bolt cutters flashing under the street lamp as she sliced through my lock. A note flapped in the breeze. Unauthorized vehicle modifications violate Section 12.3b. Vehicle impounded pending review. Management. My blood boiled. What she didn't know? She'd just stolen federal property from a federal agent. Those modifications were government gear. I don't back down easy. My name's Alex Rivera, 34, a federal wildlife crime investigator. Think busting poachers and exotic animal smugglers, the scum who think a Siberian tiger belongs in a backyard cage. My latest gig landed me in Willow Creek Estates, Colorado, 200 identical homes. Average price $400,000, where mailboxes had to be beige and lawns were ruler straight. The air reeked of fertilizer and leaf blowers droning like clockwork. It was conformity on steroids, enforced with zeal. My Jeep was perfect. Cover looked like any off-roader, but had antennas, reinforced bumpers, and GPS trackers that could tail a smuggler across states. It wasn't just wheels, it was my rolling HQ. Enter Victoria Langford, 60, bleached blonde, piloting a white Mercedes SUV she scrubbed religiously twice a week. Ex-real estate shark, divorced and bitter, she'd turned her rage into HOA domination. Her corner mansion was the biggest, her lawn fake perfect, mowed by a crew with military timing. Week 1, she dropped a welcome basket and a 47-page rulebook smelling of fresh ink and misery. Week 2, a warning about my Jeep's aggressive tires threatening property values. Week 3, gripes over my odd hours. Federal ops don't punch clocks. I tried playing nice, showing up at the HOA meeting with premium donuts, explaining my travel-heavy job. The room stank of stale coffee and defeat, Victoria at the head like a judge. Her board, Arthur the nodding accountant, Sarah the zoned-out yoga teacher, Mike the phone-obsessed salesman. But at the barbecue, things turned personal. Victoria's flirtation was aggressive, wrapping me in charm like a web. I brushed it off, focusing on my case. Her ego bruised, she eyed my Jeep like prey. Tires too rugged, antennas suspicious, not fitting her pristine vision. She invoked constitutional supremacy in her head, but ignored how federal law overrides HOA nonsense. Complaints rolled in. My ride violated aesthetics and values. Faked photos showed parking violations that defied physics. The emergency meeting was a farce. 3-1 vote for $200 daily fines, Sarah dissenting. God bless her zen. But I documented everything. Federal training kicked in, follow the money. Background checks revealed Victoria owned stakes in Swift towing via her brother-in-law. Tommy, every tow meant kickbacks. This wasn't enforcement, it was extortion in pearls. The neighborhood split, her loyalists versus my growing crew, led by George Harlan, an 82-year-old Vietnam vet spotting tyranny in khakis. He slipped notes under my door in old-school cursive. Victoria's smear hit social media, cryptic posts painting me as a threat. I let her bury herself, felonies mounting. She hired Derek Voss, a PI reeking of cheap cologne, to tail me. He uncovered my real work, but twisted it, bringing criminals to our safe streets. A petition got 67 signatures, claiming I endangered families. My digs? Her past. License suspensions for fraud in Arizona, $12,000 embezzled from a prior HOA. Her Sunrise Management was unlicensed, uninsured, ripping off 200 homes. While I tracked smugglers in Nevada, she struck, cut my lock, towed the Jeep to Tommy's lot, reeking of oil and greed, racking $150 daily fees. Federal crime, minimum $10,000 fine plus jail. But I played long game. Neighbors got absurd fines. Ben's fishing boat, marine violation after years parked legally. The Lopez family's RV threatened despite grandfathered rights. Emily Novak fined $300 for non-conforming pink roses. Emily, a forensic accountant neighbor, approached like a spy. HOA books stank. Her audit? $47,000 vanished fake invoices, duplicate payments, emergency, landscaping, and snow. Forged board minutes from impossible dates. Arthur in Florida, Mike in Denver. No insurance, contracts void. Theft on steroids. Patterns emerged. Hispanics hit 340% more violations. Veterans twice the harassment. Single mothers anonymous complaints. Systematic bigotry in bylaws. Derek broke into my place. Federal cams caught it, triggering FBI. He sang. Victoria ordered proof. I faked credentials. Conspiracy to obstruct. Offshore Caymans held $31,000 laundered HOA cash. International laundering drew feds salivating. George hosted garage meets. 23 families shared horrors. Ben's $20,000 boat fines. Lopez's $9,000 fake repairs. Mrs. Ellis, 84, fined $450 for her wrong-sized flagged earned citizenship after decades. Victoria spiraled. False police reports claiming I threatened her. Sabotage flyers calling me a drug dealer. Doxing supporters. Vandalizing my door with federal thug. Hired goons for surveillance traced to shady firms. Tried liquidating HOA funds with fake $1,800 assessments. Forged loans against common property. Banks flagged, froze accounts. Her meltdown? Epic. Grocery rant at 10 a.m. Reeking of wine, screaming conspiracies. Blocked mail trucks felony. 23 harassing calls to my agency. Checked into psych ward for defense ploy. Feds unmoved. Captain Morales greenlit RICO. Wire/mail fraud. Rights violations, theft, obstruction, laundering, racketeering. 23 counts. Climax. HOA hearing, 200 packed in, media buzzing. I parked the Jeep, badges out. Revealed. I'm Special Agent Alex Rivera, U.S. Fish and Wildlife. This Jeep tracks $50 million smuggling rings. Victoria compromised ops. Photographed classified gear. Potential espionage. Emily slides. $147,000 embezzled boat. Mercedes payments. Vacations on our dime. Victoria erupted. Entrapment. He seduced me. Lie. After my barbecue snub. Discrimination against strong women upholding standards. Marshals cuffed her mid-shriek, reading charges. Applause thundered as she perp-walked past victims. Aftermath. Guilty plea. 8 years federal prison. $380,000 restitution. $150,000 civil settlements. Licenses revoked. New board. Maria the teacher, Robert the nurse, George, Emily. Rewrote rules, anti-discrimination, transparent finances. Community garden bloomed where she ruled lawns. Property values up 12%. Colorado's HOA Reform Act passed. Federal bills pending. My testimony sparked national change. Netflix doc inspired 47 probes. Emily and I? Justice bonded us dating now. I stayed. Undercover life, swapped for roots. Victoria's prison apologies confessed multi-state scams, aiding more busts. Proof. No one's above law. Not HOA Queen's thinking pearls shield felonies. Her bigotry-fueled empire crumbled, sparking debates. Are HOAs breeding grounds for unchecked power, or does federal hammer crush local rights? Justice prevailed, but at what cost to community trust?